up guys, so today I'm going to be telling you how to get tons of bits in Hypixel Skyblock. But before we get into this video, if you guys don't mind hitting that subscribe button, like button, and the bell, it really helps me out a lot and it would mean so much. Thank you guys so much and let's get right into today's video. Now, I know I already uploaded a video how to make profit from booster cookies in Hypixel Skyblock. I already had a section of the video that talked about how to get bits, but today I'm going to be telling you how to get bits like that, exactly the same steps, but I'm going to tell you which ones are good for early game, mid game, late game, and end game, and I'm going to be explaining it in more depth. Let's start with step number 1, dungeons. Dungeons is a great way of getting bits. Literally, dungeons can get you so many bits if you get the floor completion. You just log into a dungeon floor and it gets you bits. Now, obviously, you're going to have to complete the dungeon floor. If you don't complete the dungeon floor, then you're not going to get the bits. And also, on top of that, I'm going to be telling you how many bits each floor gets you. Again, I don't know floor 7, the entrance, or master catacombs, but I do know floors 1 through 6, and yeah, I'm going to be telling you those. So floor 1 gives you 3 bits, floor 2 gives you 6 bits, floor 3 gives you 9 bits, floor 4 gives you 12 bits, floor 5 gets you 15 bits, floor 6 gives you 20 bits. And if you guys like, oh my gosh, that's so much information, I just kept a text box into the video, so feel free to pause the video and note that down if you guys want to. Now, let's talk about dungeons for early game, mid game, late game, and end game. Let's start with end game. End game, it is a really good way. You can do master mode catacombs. I'm sure they get you bits. I'm just not sure how much, but I'm sure they get you more bits than the regular catacombs since they're master catacombs. And end game players can just do that super simply. So dungeons is a super good way for end game players. Now, with late game, it is also a super duper good strategy, as in late game can probably complete maybe a little bit of the master catacombs, maybe floors 1 or 2 of the master catacombs, but late game players cannot complete master catacombs floor 7. That is just not a late game thing. Good news is you can complete the entrance through floor 7 for late game, and that gets you some good bits. I think floor 7 gives you 30 bits. I'm not sure, but I think so. And so you would be getting 30 bits each completion from floor 7 in late game, and that is pretty darn good. Now, if you're mid game, it's a mess strategy to do dungeons. Mid games, you guys can probably do the entrance through floor 3 or 4. That's probably the farthest you can go. Sorry, you guys can't see me, the cloud. But that's probably the farthest you can go. So dungeons is an okay strategy for you. I mean, the highest you can get is floor 4 probably, and that would be getting you 12 bits per completion. I guess that's pretty good, but it's not the best. And for early game players, it's a big no. Dungeons sucks for early game players. That's right, I use the word suck, guys. That's how bad it is. Dungeons sucks for early game players. Early game players, no offense, I was once one too, so this is also to me. But they can't survive. I mean, some might be able to survive floor 2, but most of them can literally only do like floor 1 or floor 2, maybe if they're lucky. They cannot do floor 3. Early game players cannot do floor 3. At least I think so. Maybe they can, who knows? That was a while ago. That was 2 years ago. Anyways, yeah. So, let's move on to step 2. By the way, yes, early game, dungeons, not a good idea. Don't do it, guys. I have other strategies for you to do. The next strategy is AFK'ing. If you guys did not know, AFK stands for away from keyboard, which means that you're literally not going to be doing anything. And if you guys did not know, every 30 minutes, you get 250 bits. I forgot to say this in the beginning of the video, sorry, but yeah, you get 250 bits every 30 minutes, adding to a total of 4,800 bits in total. That's the minimum you can get if you're a new player and an early game player. And you can literally, this is a good strategy because you can just build an AFK pool, AFK, and that would be taking you around 9.6 hours of AFKing until you reach the 4,800 bits. I calculated that. But that's actually, that's a long time, but you can like literally just do like homework, watch TV, watch a movie, do whatever, just leave your computer on. You can even go to sleep. Just leave your computer on for 9.6 hours and you'll have the 4,800 bits in no time. Now for mid-game, this strategy is also okay. Because mid game you guys can only do practically maybe floor 4 or maybe if you're lucky floor 5. You guys can do that, but literally mid game and mid game AFK'ing is also a meh strategy. I mean, you can do dungeons, but I think AFK'ing's pretty good. It's a meh for mid game, but yeah, you guys can also do mid game AFK'ing. Now, for late game, it's a big no. No, guys. Late game doesn't work, okay? You guys, late game, I'm a late game player. I have Necron, I have a giant sword, I have a lion pet. I'm a maybe a mid-late game player, and technically, with late game, AFKing's not good because you can do so much more stuff in Hypixel Skyblock as a late game player, and you can like do the floor 7 dungeons. Like I can practically solo floor 6. I'm still getting there to floor 7, but for a late game player, you can you can practically solo floor 7, and that would be getting you 30 bits, I think, which is actually pretty good. And that's like better than just AFKing. You can be doing dungeons for that, getting the 30 bits from completions, and every 30 minutes you're getting 250 bits at minimum. So yeah, that's pretty good. Now I'm not gonna repeat this again because like I already said it, but like for endgame players it's the same thing. You guys can do master catacombs, get tons of bits. Why would you want to AFK? Like literally there's no point. Every 30 minutes you get 250 bits, and that's like the minimum. And for endgame players you probably like can get way more than that. So yeah, it's a big no for endgame players. Let's move on to the third strategy. This is the end. The end is the next strategy. The end is practically useless for literally getting any bits, but I'm still gonna explain it to you because it's still practically a strategy. So guys, with the end, I'm gonna keep this up but on the screen right now so you guys can also pause. Dragons give you 15 bits and endstone protectors give you 20 bits each time you kill them. Early game players, the end again is a big no. I mean, like dungeons, it's the same thing with dungeons and end. The only strategy for early game players is practically just AFKing. I mean, you can do the end, but the dragons will like one-shot you, and literally the endstone protectors would do the same thing. Early game's practically a big no, but maybe mid game you guys can probably survive half of the battle for the dragons and the endstone protectors, maybe if you guys are lucky. And also like you can get some drops, I guess. You can like survive half of the battle, die, go down back into the place, and then like literally just get the get the other half of the battle done. I guess it's a mess strategy for mid game, but for late game it's a pretty good strategy. Like in total the end sucks. I use it again, okay? The end is bad for bits, but for late game you guys can easily kill the endstone protector and dragon super simply as I can. But it's probably not going to be getting you a lot of bits. Now if you're an end game player grinding at the end for bits, I don't know what's wrong with you. Why would you do this to yourself? Why? If you guys are that kind of psychopath and you actually grind the end for bits, well then let me tell you, the dragons and the endstone protectors, no way. You guys will easily survive that. Easy. You guys can probably like 5-tap the dragon, but it's still not good since the dragon only gives you 15 bits and the endstone protector gives you only 20 bits. And also, by the way, on top of that, it's literally not that good either because the endstone protector takes like 1 to 2 hours to spawn and the dragon costs 4 mil, even though the end game players can probably afford that. The late game players can probably afford that too. Mid game, no. Early game, no. That's probably the whole net worth. 4 mil is like probably the early game player's whole net worth, bro. What? All in all, those were just strategies of how to get bits in Hypixel Skyblock. Keep in mind that you can get your free booster cookie if you have a new Skyblock profile, but if you already have a previous one and you created a new one, you're not going to be able to get that same one. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and yeah, catch you guys in the next video. Bye guys, don't forget to subscribe.